I'm still trying to understand what situation we're in right now. Maybe I never will, but like what precisely situation we're in. And I'm not sure. That I think it's part of the problem. Like you said, we're being obfuscated of what's really ruling over us. I think you're right about that. It's not voluntary for me, that's for sure, but it could be voluntary for other people. You see what I'm saying? It depends what you mean by, is it on purpose or not? It's not on purpose for me, that's for sure. I'm not willingly obfuscating what's ruling me. I think the obfuscation is coming from the ruling class, honestly, not from the people who are being ruled upon. So I agree that there is an obfuscation going on. I have no idea who rules me right now. I have no idea. I see a bunch of people saying they rule me, but it's clear to me that it's not what is being said. I mean, I could see that there is some kind of strange law governing me right now. There's a strange law governing me. I don't know what that law actually is. So do you see what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
I see the problem of we're being ruled by things that we don't know, but I know it's not me that decided that. So I'm guessing somebody somewhere decided it, unless this is just, like you said, a byproduct of a civilization that's falling. But even if it's that, we could still try to understand why this is happening. Really, if you want my opinion, what's happening now, I just think we're being brought into a new system, a new, larger system of governance, and that's pretty much it. Like we're being transferred, we're being absorbed by a bigger system. So countries are like kind of fake right now. They're not really what they think they are or claim to be. They're just part of a bigger system. It's like we're not admitting it yet, or we're not being told yet, but it's already started, this integration of different nations into this big system. I mean, it's not like they have to tell us in order to do it. They could just do it. We don't need our permission. I think they should ask our permission, but they clearly don't care. They're just doing some plan. I don't know exactly who and why. It's not hard to understand why, really. It's just the age-old question of power and such. But, I mean, we're being integrated into a larger system, and then they're not asking our permission to do it. So that's why we're obfuscated from it, because they don't necessarily want our opinion on whether or not we agree that we should be integrated into this larger system. So they're just doing it. And that I think, is where the obfuscation comes from, because they don't want us to say no. They just don't want us to say no. So they're doing it. And that eventually, I think it'll be revealed what's going on. They're just going to admit, or it's just going to become normalized, that we're now in a big system that's not about countries anymore, or something like that. You know, it's just going to be a big maybe world system even. I'm not sure, but it looks like that's where it's headed. It's kind of just happening. They're not going to vote it in, that's for sure. It's not going to be voted for, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by it's obfuscated.
There is a history to the system that's being constructed, and it's out there to be studied. I think it's, you know, I think you have to hold, kind of, in order to discover that system, you do have to really hold to, I think, an idea that ultimately the great system is creation. And this is why I think your book is so important, because if you can hold the frame of creation, if you can understand the language of creation, then all of the frames and structures that are built within that, they ultimately have to conform to that to some degree, which is why I think ultimately those who govern us follow the laws of the Old Testament to some degree, and because they have to, in order to have any leverage, they have to be standing on a ground that I think a lot of Christians have lost, which I think is part of your project.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Laszlo, you had some questions.
It's hard to know what to do now individually, but we can at least not fall for it. We can at least not worship the golden calf, you know. We can at least not participate in the decadence, all that fallen stuff that's clearly being promoted now, and not fall for the illusions too. And there's so many illusions right now. That's all I see is illusions everywhere. We just gotta not fall for it. I don't even know how to fight against. It's like, how do you fight against illusions anyway? You know, it's very difficult to fight against an illusion. But one way to fight against an illusion is to not pay attention to it too much, maybe, or focus on what we know is true. That's what I think right now. I could be wrong though. I don't know. We're in hard times right now. I think really, it's not easy. It's gonna get worse and worse too. Yeah, it's gonna get worse. Everything is going to be non-natural. Well, I mean, they're telling us they want to make fake meat. They want to make fake everything. Right? It's like their goal seems to be to make fake versions of everything. So maybe that, I don't know, that's going a little bit too far, but maybe that's part of what they're doing, is to remove us from our roots to nature and to reality, because these roots are the basis of understanding things. They're not just practices. They're practices that contain information in them. There's like making bread. Bread is just a practice. You do it. In this, there's information that we can extract if we do it. And then this information is basically leads to certain ways of thinking and ideas. And then, yeah, they seem to want to remove everything from the ancient world, including banal things like making bread and getting meat and things like that. It seems to be a goal to remove these things and make them completely artificial and integrate them into something. I mean, if they make the fake meat, let's say they are making it, but I'm a slave now. I have no control over the food that I eat all of a sudden. So that's one reason that we can imagine that's kind of obvious. It's a way to monopolize resources to themselves, and to make it impossible to be outside of that system. Because if they ever really make the lab-grown meat thing, then they'll start pushing the idea that it's wrong to eat normal meat. I can already see it happening. They'll say that it's immoral to eat and slaughter an animal, and they'll have all these rules that they'll push these moralistic agendas that they'll make up, basically. And so it could become illegal to slaughter an animal in the future. Because if they replace the meat with their lab-grown meat, they'll say, ours is ethical, yours isn't. Or you kill animals for no reason. You don't have to kill animals anymore to get meat. Why are you doing that? So now you have to take ours. They might even make laws that say that you can't slaughter animals anymore. That's murder. They could say whatever they want, basically. So if they do that, then we can't make our own food anymore. It's just an obvious conclusion to it. It might be one of the reasons why this is happening. Might be others too, like kind of reasons, like I said before, to disconnect us from reality, because that's what it'll do. It'll disconnect us from nature and our ancient practices that our ancestors used to do. For thousands and thousands of years, we used to raise animals and slaughter them. But now, let's forget about all that. These thousands of years have passed are evil, basically, because we slaughtered animals. It's kind of a way to make a reset of everything. You artificially replace things. It's a way to reset things for sure. Disconnect from our past, and yeah. Do you know the difference between an LLM and an AGI or blah, 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 blah? I don't even know what these words mean, by the way. I don't care. So it's like they always have these acronyms too for some reason. It's always acronyms. I don't know what's going on with that. But it's like you don't know the difference between this and that. So therefore, you cannot pronounce yourself on this topic. Okay? No, so I disagree. Same thing. They did the same thing during the COVID thing. It's like you're not a doctor. You're not an expert in viral stuff. You know, almost nobody is, by the way. It's like so nobody can talk, right? Is that what you're saying? Nobody can talk because we're not all experts in this thing, virology field you invented not so long ago. So it's like it's a way to shut us up. Again, most of what's being done right now is just a way to say, "Shut up, peasant. Your opinion is not needed here." So it's like, but they're doing that with tech. They're doing that with just science in general. These weird specialization. It makes everything like covert, basically a cult, like where we don't know, we can't say anything, we can't understand it, and it's like trust the experts. Do what we say. And but the truth of the matter is, again, that's not how things work. You want to make me do something, I could disagree even if I don't understand. Actually, not understanding it is the reason I'm disagreeing with it. Okay? So it's like, eat this weird fruit that you've never seen in your life, this weird looking fruit that you've never seen. No, I don't want to eat that. Well, how do you know? You don't even know what the fruit is. How do you know you don't want to eat it? I'm not going to eat it, man. Sorry. I'm no idiot. But that's basically what they're doing with everything now. It's like, eat this funky fruit that comes from outer space. No, never.
It's interesting when you talk about these specializations, because